Alright, YouTubers, we're going to cook something a little different today. Maybe a little more complicated than I usually do. First thing, Lysol wipes. There's cats in here. You gotta clean. I do this all the time. And what do we have now? We have a hot plate. Now, we have a big pot. And what do we have? We have corned beef brisket. This is Cy Ginsberg's. There's several ways to do it. I have not made a corned beef brisket before. So this is going to be a learning experience. What I'm going to do, I've had it before and I've seen it done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil it first. You boil it and then you simmer it to get the salt out of it. But I'm going to bake it then in the NuWave oven. We're going to see how that comes out. So let's give it a shot. And then we are going to do our best to get the brisket in there without making a huge mess. Oh, it's in. I wasn't prepared. That goes on the tray. And now we will turn it on high. I'm going to add water. Enough to just cover the brisket. We're going to bring that to a boil. Then we're going to simmer it for a while. And we'll probably repeat it because you're trying to get the salt out of it. And then I'm going to coat it and bake it. So that's what we'll be doing. Alright, so this again is open for interpretation. Some people will boil it. Some people boil the whole thing and that's the only way they cook it. But I'm going to try to do it in the NuWave oven. So I'm going to take this off the heat. I'm going to drain it. And we'll move on. Actually, I'm going to let it simmer for about 5-10 minutes. I'm just going by feel. I haven't done this before, but we'll figure it out. Because you need to remember, cooking is supposed to be creative and a little bit of fun. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, that simmered long enough. Got the salt out. So turn that off. I'm going to drain it and let it cool. And then we'll move on to the next stage. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to make a coating to go on the top of that brisket. I don't know where he's truly measure stuff. I just go by feel. We're going to put that much brown sugar in. I would call it, I don't know, what, 1/8 of a cup? I don't know, somebody guess. I'm going to go in. Next I'm going to use some of this Show Dog's mustard relish. Use a good portion of it. Probably the rest of it. Yeah. Sometimes fun means you just figuring out what you're doing. Alright, some honey. This is organic and raw. Important safety note. Gotta be careful with honey anymore. There's a lot of fake honey, Chinese honey, that's not honey. Purchase wisely. What I'm also going to add is it's a little bit of water, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the water into this jar. I'm going to do some shaking. I'm going to shake for a bit. Come on back. And I shook it up real good. And I needed water, and I cleared out the rest of that mustard. It will be very easy to go, you should have done this, you should have done that, because there's a lot of things I probably should have done. But I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm playing it by ear. What I'm also going to do, this is the little flavor packet that comes with a corned beef. So I'm going to add that in too. So there we go. We'll add those in. And keep mixing. Do I need sriracha? Can I avoid it? Can I resist? Can I? Well, I got a new bottle of it. It's just to please everybody in YouTube land. I'm going to add some sriracha. Watch how much. That's it. You're not even going to taste it. But I have a reputation, you know. Have to add sriracha to everything? I guess so. It probably has no business being in here. Because I don't use enough, there's some pepper. I'll put some pepper in it. I think I'm going to add a little bit more brown sugar. Again, you get a feel. That much more. Maybe we're up to 1/4 cup. I doubt that much. So what we got is mustard, honey, brown sugar, pepper, that flavor thing, and of course a couple drops of sriracha. All right, next step. All right, there we go, and there's our mix. There'll be no pretty or easy way to do this. How does that look, YouTube? That's on there pretty good. And we're gonna do more. Flip it one more time. And the hard part is gonna be, I'm gonna wrap this. The microwave gets used a lot for storage area and for space to do stuff. I'm gonna try to wrap it. And I wanna wrap it, a little bit of advice I was given. I want to wrap it pretty tightly. Alright. So there we go. Oh, that's a sticky mess. I think I got that wrapped pretty well. And now it is time to see if my first idea is even going to work, because I want this in the NuWave. Now I'm really hoping it's going to fit. Let's see. Oh, looky there. The NuWave oven wanted me to make a corned beef brisket. Looky there. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in, and the cook time is going to be 59 minutes. And away it goes. And this is going to take a while. It's going to take some cooking. I kind of messed up. We are an hour into this process. And again, people talk all the time about those plastic covers on this breaking. I haven't had that happen yet. Alright, but the mistake I made, which I like to make mistakes apparently, but what I did is I meant to put aluminum foil on the bottom of this pan. So I'm going to take this off. See, I've made a mess. What I want to do is clean that up. So give me a sec. And that didn't get too bad, but I got the aluminum foil now underneath this. I'm going to try something I probably shouldn't try, and I don't even know if I need to do, but I'm going to do it because I tell myself it's something I want to do, so I got to do it. I want to flip it. Oh, that made a mess. That made a big mess. So now that I've made a big mess, I'm going to put this back here. We got to clean that big mess. Okay, big mess cleaned. Since we got this set, I kind of just try to catch the extra juices inside. Here we go. We're back on. We're going to do another another hour for a second hour. Cook time, 59 minutes. And away we go. It'll be interesting. Again, I've never made this before, so let's see how it turns out. Alright, so that's 2 hours. Very carefully take the lid off. There's steam coming out. And I got this kind of double folded, so I'm just going to try to pierce the, go in the aluminum foil. Woo, hot, hot, hot. Tear the aluminum foil back. Oh, it goes in nice. It's getting hot. It's really hot. It's full of juice. Okay, so we got that off. Looking good, huh? And I say you should put the fork in, it should go in without much resistance. And that's pretty good. But it's not done. Some more of that sauce on top. And I'm gonna try to coat it. If I was in a situation where I had a normal oven, I would, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if just putting it in the NuWave can give it a bit of a crust. And I'm gonna start with 15 minutes cook time. See if we can get it to crust up a little bit. All right, we'll be back. All right, YouTubers, it's in its final minute. I think it's looking good. All right, beepity beep. Oh yeah, it's got a little char to the top. Oh, it's soft. All right, the rest of my glaze. And away we go for another 15 minutes. That's going to leave us at 2.5 hours. Away we go. All right, we're in the last minute of that. It's looking and smelling really good. I'm going to again steam up some broccoli. I'm a big fan of this Pampered Chef steamer. It does pretty well. Put some water in with it and nucleate it for 5 minutes and you're good to go. I'm going to let that rest. All right, I'm also going to open up a can of green beans and nuke them just because it's easy. I bought a bunch of canned vegetables a while back and I got to really get off of eating canned vegetables. But hey, it's not like I'm eating at Denny's or some crap like that. And we're going to put some Creole seasoning on these. Nothing fancy. And that's it. And we're going to nucleate them when the other stuff's broccoli's out. You're going to see steam come up. Yay, steam. Look at that. I think that corned beef looks pretty good, doesn't it? It's rested. Oh, it's just falling apart, just like it's supposed to. Look at that. That's what corned beef's supposed to look like. Nice and soft. Alright. Put that on a plate. Steam and crap everywhere. When you're in a small class B, it is not easy. That back up. Keep cats and cat hair out of it. Alright, YouTubers. First, I'm going to do the green beans. They're green beans. And I like them with Creole seasoning. They're broccoli. Straight up nothing. Like I said, I've never cooked corned beef before. But I think I know what I'm doing. I think I can read. Because, let's be honest, cooking's not that hard. You go and read something, get a basic idea, and then you do it the way you might like it. You doctor it a little bit. Let's taste this. Yeah. That's pretty good. Now I do want to say, it'd be very easy for somebody to get on here and say, you should do this or you should do that, and because there's 100 different ways you can do this. That's why I wanted to try it in the NuWave, and I'm glad that I had heard that you needed to boil some of that salt out because it's cured, and bacon it would have been very salty. It's not salty. It's how it's supposed to be. It's actually really good. But again, my main point was to show you can make this in the NuWave oven pretty easily. Have a great and wonderful day, YouTubers.
The video got lost, but trust me, the leftovers made for some great corned beef sandwiches.